quick update on Project Spitty. You might notice this thing next to me. Liam from Retro Smithy. I'll have a link to his YouTube channel in the bottom here. Okay, so basically what we found on this, what I was worried about with this car was with the amount of rust in the chassis that it would be collapsing, and it it is collapsing. So on this update we're just going to do quick braces that I think should be able to support the car, and hopefully that's going to save us a lot of heartache on this project. So let's get into it. Okay, so what we've got here, if you look at the door line, you will see that we've got quite a bit of sag. The door is loose on the car, but not that loose. That's the reason. So to show you the body sag that we've got in the car, our major problem here is the dash panel on this side is dropping down. Now, the dash, underneath the dash there is chassis supports that holds the car in place. The problem is with the missing rockers, the dash panel is leaning backwards. So if you look at the door lines while I do this, you'll see when I grab the window and pull the window up, the door closes in. So what we're going to do is to build a brace that's going to bolt into where the soft top bolts into, and then push us up against the window frame. Hopefully we can use that to align the dash panel on either side and to square us up. So let's get cracking on those braces. Okay, so basically what we've done here is taken a template from the holding bracket that holds the soft top in place. The idea is to bolt this into the same bolts as what holds the soft top up, and then from here going out with a piece of square tubing up to the window frame, in theory. What I am going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit bigger towards this side, which is going to be towards where the door is, so that I've got some way to weld the square tubing onto, and still have space to get nuts or bolts into it so that I can tie it down onto the car. So since we've got the bolt marks that we can mark out already, and get that into place, and we should be good to go there. And then with this extra bit that hangs off, we should have enough space to bolt the angle to weld the square tubing back onto. We'll need two of us, one for either side, and get into it. So, slight change of plan. Still going with the idea of mounting it to where the soft top mounts onto, but what I am going to do is I'm going to weld the angle iron onto this face with the gusset up there. That should give us the extra support we need and the strength we need to get a decent weld, to get some decent strength up to the window frame. So in theory, basic idea is still the same. What happened was I didn't take into account that where the sunroof, where the soft top bolts onto, the body steps out and into the car, so I can't go directly onto the flange that I made originally. So I had to step out a bit to get some space for the square tubing to be welded onto, and that was the reason for going with this whole boxed idea. So just discussing this now with Retro Virus.
It's Retro Smithy.
Same thing. The idea that we've got here is that this washer would then be pushing up against the square tubing. I'll have a piece of angle iron up on this side. This will be catching the window frame, and then by swinging the wing nut, that should give us enough force to push the window frame and then the dash panel firewall assembly forward or backward. Now doing this on both sides will then allow us to square everything up and get everything back straight, and we should then be good to go. Okay, so retrospective came up with a
Retro Smitty. SMITTIE.
whatever. It's not like I called you. Never mind. Okay, so my idea actually worked out quite nicely. Washer in the end of a square tubing. This then slides through the washer, and like I said in the beginning, with the wing nut we can pull it out and bring it back in. I did grind the edges down a bit because you don't want to go and cut up your phalanges. Okay, and then here we have the two finished sides. I'm not going to worry about painting them now. We'll test them when we work on the Spitty again. So next time you'll see them is when we start working on those rockers. They should work in theory. I don't see why they won't work. And thanks to Retro Skippy for the help. And what?
It's not the name.
Make up your mind, would you?
It's Smith.
Smitty, Skippy, same thing. Any case, so yeah, then thanks for watching, and then we'll see you on the next installment. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Cheers.